Hello, first grade. It's Miss Murphy. I'm here to read you a story today. The story we're going to be reading today is called Apples. This story is written by Erica L. Shores. Let's think about our focus this week. Our focus this week is on nonfiction books. Let's try and remember the difference between fiction and nonfiction. Last week we focused on fiction, and those stories were made up and not true and kind of for our entertainment or to make us laugh. These stories are nonfiction. What is the difference? What are nonfiction books? Yeah, good job. So nonfiction might have things like on the cover, a real photograph of apples. It's not a drawing. It's a real photograph of apples we see every day in our grocery stores and maybe at your house. So let's take a look through this book and see what else we notice about nonfiction books. Oh, I see another real photograph. At the beginning, I see something here called the table of contents. This kind of tells us what we're going to be reading throughout the story and what pages they're on. So I really don't have to go in order when I'm reading a nonfiction book. I can skip right over to page 10 if I just want to learn about picking apples. But we're going to start from the beginning today. Apple trees. Apples tell us that fall is here. So that's something I just learned in this book, that apples grow on trees and they tell us that fall is here. Apple trees grow in orchards. Flowers on the trees are called blossoms, and blossoms fall off. Then apples grow. What is this that you see up here? Yeah, it's a label. A lot of nonfiction books have labels to direct your attention to that part of the book. Picking apples. Pick the ripe apples. A basket full is called a bushel. Ooh, so I just learned what a basket full of apples is called. It's a bushel, and here I see a basket full of apples. Grab one to eat and take a great big bite. The apple's center is the core. How many seeds do you see? I found 6 seeds inside my apple. Cut up green apples and bake them in pies. Have you ever had apple pie before? Time for a sweet fall treat. And at the back of the book, I'm finished reading and I see this heading called glossary. These are some words that we learned throughout the story and what they mean. Let's go over a few of them. A blossom is a flower on a fruit tree. A bushel is a basket full of apples. An orchard is a field where fruit trees grow. Ripe is ready to pick and eat. And the seed is the part that will grow into a new plant or tree. So you can always come to the back of nonfiction books to see this glossary of words you may not know. In our nonfiction books, I also notice at the top these big, bold words. These help us label the sections of the book. So this one is called Picking Apples, and I know that this whole section is going to be about picking apples. And same for this section, apple trees. I know that this section is going to be all about apple trees. What are some things you noticed in this nonfiction book called Apples? What are some things that you learned? Let me know in the assignment that you complete today.